cancer is something that impacts everyone.
What makes cancer so terrifying is the way it is inexorably woven into us.
There's progress here and there, but it's very patchy, and the overall picture is not good, in particular because cancer incidence is rising all the time. So even if we improve, it's a losing battle.
There's a tremendous focus on the genetics of cancer, Cancer Genome Atlas, all of these things. I know there are people who are getting $10 million grants for doing more of what the Cancer Genome Atlas has done. Has it made a difference in terms of the personalized medicine and targeted therapies and everything? Nowhere near as much as people think. So the promise that was there to spend all this money, I don't think is coming through, honestly.
How are we going to reduce the death rate from cancer? For my part, I'm a bit frustrated that discoveries of others and myself over the last 40 years have not, on their own, led to miraculous cures for a large number of human cancers.
In my world of brain cancer, where temozolomide is used, the cost has exploded since 2015. It's outrageously expensive, and it got approved because it gives, on average, 6 extra weeks. They call that significant. They call that a significant improvement in outcome. And it's like, well, okay, it's a slight improvement, but are we willing to settle for just weeks? Don't we want months, years? Don't we want decades?
With cancer, we don't understand what causes it, we don't understand what it is, and it's that sort of lack of understanding, because your paradigm, of course, influences your treatment, is that lack of understanding about what it is what's holding it back.
Warburg found this theory somehow, some way with primitive instruments back in the 20s and 30s. He identified that, surprisingly, cancer cells burned sugar in the presence of oxygen. That was the early glimpse into the fact that maybe cancer cells are different in some way.
The study of metabolism in tumors, it's so much more central than we thought. I mean, it's like right smack in the middle.
Trying to understand why cancer cells are doing this, what causes it, is, an ongoing and I think, absolutely crucial question for cancer science.
New data begets new ideas. And so holding on to dogma or holding on to ideas just for the sake of it is not about being a scientist. We need to constantly be open to the new information that's coming at us and adapting our understanding as we go.
Science is actually this process of continuously finding where we went wrong. So if you don't accept that you were wrong in the first place, you'll never be able to advance.
We have too much information and there's too much research now that we're not integrating therapeutic nutrition, oncology nutrition, therapeutic diets, metabolic therapies like ketosis and fasting right alongside with chemotherapy and radiation. It's time for all the patients to know, and it's time that oncology nutrition be part of the standard of care.
What is the goal here? The goal is to stop the tragedy. And once you understand the biology, they're really understanding the biology of what cancer is, then there's very clear therapeutic strategies that will make an enormous difference in the lives of people. And the problem is we have to bust through this solidification of the dogma in the minds of thousands of scientists and physicians, tens of thousands, and the pharmaceutical industry.
It's all sort of coming together in what I would call a grand metabolic synthesis. I just am frustrated because, it's not as widely known as it should be, but the word is getting out and more scientists are endorsing this. 10 years ago, it would have been, laughed out of a room. Now there are conferences about this and, very mainstream researchers talking about cancer as a metabolic disease, a disease linked with insulin. So there has been progress.
This is a really important story, not just for someone sitting at home listening, but I'm really passionate about getting this information out to physicians, to other scientists, to other researchers, to really drive this conversation. That this is a really exciting and promising area of cancer research that we haven't really taken advantage of yet. I'm really excited to see where it's going.
What I now see is a unified force to be reckoned with, and that we are truly showing the world that there is another way. to consider this another way to do business, another way to approach this. And it's an incredible, exciting time to be able to be alive to witness.